Well, good evening and welcome to Real People with Real Results. My name is Paddy McCracken, dialing in here from Denver, Colorado, and really excited to be on this edition and this episode with two of my favorite people in the entire world of Nerium International, Ms. Marilyn and Don Creek. So welcome, guys. How are you?
Thank you. We're doing great.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for connecting with me for a few moments. And, for those of you watching here today, what we're really going to do is we're going to showcase Don and Marilyn's story, what they went through, how they got started with Nerium, and how they've gone out there and built a tremendous business all across the country in a relatively short period of time. And so we're going to jump into this right now. So, both of you, I don't know who wants to go first, maybe Marilyn, but how did Nerium come into your life? When did it happen? How did it happen? Were you introduced with the product or the opportunity, or how did that all come about?
Oh, wow. I got a call from a friend, an acquaintance, someone that we had gone to church with that I'd known for years here in Springfield, Missouri. And she called, and that little voice in the back of my head said, "You need to listen." And so I got really excited. I decided to meet with her the next day. We had such need for something extra in our life. Don had to close a family business of 76 years, 3 generations. That was extremely hard. And we'd gone through our savings. This was during the time that the economy was so bad. And we'd gone through our savings trying to keep the business open, paying our employees when we couldn't take a paycheck. And here we are in our early 60s. And so we were starting life over and really struggling. We were making less money than we had in 37 years of marriage. I was managing a medical spa. So when Lisa told me skincare, it really what sounded exciting to me. And I had always looked for natural products. So that was a win-win for me as well. So the day after she called, I met with her. And I will tell you, because of the scientific and clinical study, I literally signed up without even trying the product first, because I knew it had to be a win-win. And then I was so excited that Jeff Olson was at the helm of this company, because we knew of his integrity and the multimillionaires that he had built and the companies that he had built, and his book, The Slight Edge. And so those were all exciting things for me to start a business. We've been in the industry, so we knew all of these things about Jeff, and it just all came together perfectly. I then came home and told Don what I had done, and he loves this industry. But he said, "What am I going to do with skincare?" And I said, "But wait just a minute, 40% of the field are men, and it's really exciting. There's so many ways to make money, and we can help pay on this hospital bill that we had. We had a $25,000 hospital bill on top of everything else that was going on in our life, and we had no idea how we were going to get that bill paid for. So I knew that if we could just make a few extra $100 a month, then it would be a great opportunity to pay on that bill." And then we found out at National Marketing Director with Nerium, you earned a $25,000 Live Better bonus, which was almost to the penny of his doctor and hospital bills. So we knew we were in the right place at the right time. We have the heart for this business. We love helping other people. And so it was just a win-win. It was the perfect fit for us.
Man, that's a compelling story that a lot of people can, I assume, can really align with, can really get in there and understand. And so, Don, I mean, with your background in traditional business, small business, and then in this industry, hearing skincare, what were your initial thoughts? What were your initial expectations?
Probably like most guys, when Marilyn came home and said that, she'd started this new business, and I said, "Well, what is it?" And she said, "Skincare." And I go, "What in the world am I going to do with skincare?" I didn't use skincare. I didn't know anything about it. I'd never sold it. I had no clue about it. And she did say, "Well, 40% of the field are guys, and if we only make a couple $100 a month to pay towards your hospital bill," she kind of had me. So we just started, and literally we hadn't tried the product. We didn't have our kit, our business package. We didn't really know anything, but in 2 days we had a launch party and invited some friends, and we didn't know we had a video that we could show. We didn't know anything about anything other than we were excited and wanted to launch this thing. And that's what we did. I mean, 2 days we had a party, and what we call a launch party, just a get together with people. So that's how we started, and it just absolutely went crazy. I think there were 9 people at that first get together, and 8 of them came and joined the business. So, and we didn't know anything. So it just shows you, people saw that we were committed, that Lisa was committed, and they joined. And now it's just gone crazy for us. So
let's let's talk about that then. You know, I mean, with everything that you have seen out there, you know, from what worked maybe 10, 20 years ago to what works currently, you know, you obviously did exactly what our system requires, and that's just getting started, you know, getting excited, being committed, and launching the business. But, you know, what are some of the things inside of Nerium that you really just ran with right off the get-go? You know, what was it that you kind of adopted or kind of fell in love with that allowed you to get up to such a quick start? Because I remember I was in Arizona and, you know, looking at the reports and seeing you both just absolutely explode. So what was there just one thing? Is it a couple things? You know, what was it that you really got around or really got excited about with Nerium?
Well, for me, I think when that first day we started looking at the website and trying to figure out what was going on, I did call a couple of guys to see if they were really in the business, and they were already making big money just after 6 or 7 months. And so that got me excited. But then when I started looking at, we have a program called the Nerium Give Back, and the 3 Are Free program. And from every other company we'd ever worked, every month we had to shell out $100 to up to $240 just to stay in business with these companies. Every company was like that. And when I found out about the Nerium Give Back, I couldn't really wrap my head around how that works, because every program, you know, when we sell a bottle of whatever, and we'd have to go buy another bottle to replace that inventory. And here with Nerium, they give us another bottle. And every month, as long as we had 3 customers, our product was free every month. So in 2.5 years, we've not had to buy any product. It's crazy. We got one day, I can remember, the doorbell rang and it was FedEx. And we had 22 bottles of free product that Nerium had sent us. And that never, ever happened. I mean, that was several $1,000s of product that the company just gave us because we were going out and creating customers and brand partners. So it's been a very fun ride.
That's awesome. I mean, those are some of the key elements, you know, to I think what we've really gone out there and done, and even changed the industry, changed the space that we work in. And so let's talk about that product really quick. Marilyn, you know, you said that you were managing or running a medical spa. What were your expectations, you know, when you heard about this botanical-based product, you know, had never really been on the market yet? What were some of your thoughts? What were some of your expectations with this new business?
Well, just knowing that the scientific and clinical study were there and the results were incredible, I will tell you, any medical products, any medical grade products that I ever experienced were chemical based, and you didn't see a lot of difference, and you would be buying several products, different serums, very high expensive products, but basically in the spa, what they wanted was you to have laser treatments or fillers or Botox. And so to find a product that had the clinical studies behind it, along with the scientific studies, was just such a win-win for me. And then to see the change in my skin, in the texture of Dawn's skin, in the differences in everyone out there. The before and after pictures have just been amazing. And two, what I love about this company is the culture. we looked for several years for a company that had the integrity and values, and also the culture and the home office staff that cared about the field. And this is such a loving, caring, sharing company. So it just was a win-win. It had every aspect that we were looking for in a business. And I will tell you, every time I think it can't get any better, it does. It's just truly amazing.
That's so true. You know, it does seem like every single time we think we have it all, they just kind of reward us with something more. And so, let me ask you this: you know, with your success in the previous industry, or with the previous companies, you know, have you ever built international? Are you excited about building international? And where would you like to travel? You know, where would you like to go to build your business?
Right. The other companies that we were with, they were not in other countries, so. This is a first for us and very excited. We've got people in Canada and Mexico already, so really didn't know anybody. We knew one person in Canada, nobody in Mexico, and we've got teams, you know, in both countries now. So that's going to be, you know, that's a new experience, a fun experience, the different cultures, the language. You know, we're getting ready to go into Asia. That's going to be a fun trip. And traveling, I don't know where we want to go for sure. I'm Australia for sure. You know, there's so many different countries. I think there's 14 or 15 countries that we'll probably go into in the next year. So lots of choices. So
we're excited.
Marilyn, where would you like to travel? What's like a dream location you've been to or you haven't been to, or you just like to go on vacation?
Well, Australia has always been a dream for me, and a couple places in Europe. I love Venice. Our daughter lived in Paris for 3 years, and Venice was her favorite, and she loved London as well. So, you know, those are just really beautiful places. I love the architecture and the history and the feel of those old world countries. So that sounds great. And I would love to get to many other places here in the United States that we have not been. You know, we've had great success with some other companies and we've had some disappointments. And so to find a company that we truly believe in and have full trust in and know that we'll be able to go wherever we want to go. You know, we're looking at some trips here even this year here in the U.S. So very excited about that.
Awesome. Well, I know we really kind of have an unlimited, I mean, we could go anywhere we wish. And I know, you know, you both have started in Springfield, Missouri, but now really do have a team probably in almost every single state. And so, you know, a question that I'd never really asked before, but I can, you know, I've always felt the love. I've always felt your energy, and you have such a beautiful vibe about how you both work together. But how do you both work together? You know, is one of you kind of the prospector and the other one the kind of the team builder, or do you kind of share responsibilities? Or how do you both work together so well?
Well, we work together pretty much just split. You know, sometimes we'll it just goes back and forth. There's no set thing that we do, but you know, we love people. We love helping people. That's our main passion. And you know, we're called the mom and pop of the team, so that's a good thing, I think. So
besides our age,
but so it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you're helping people, then that's all that we care about. So
and it just proves that anybody can do this. We're in our 60s, and we know those on our team are anywhere from age 18 all the way up in their 80s and beyond. So, you know, it's a really exciting business for anyone.
Man, you know, that really does speak a lot. You know, it speaks very well. I mean, as some people may be looking to kind of slow down a little bit, you're really just taking off again.
We are, and we're loving it.
Yeah, it was kind of, you know, at our age, we should have been, you know, several years ago thinking about retirement. And when we had to shut down the family business and we'd lost everything before that, meaning we just spent every penny that we had trying to keep that business open. And then, you know, at 60, I went and got my first job. You know, that's not too exciting at that age to go get your first job, because I'd been working in the family business my whole life. And so to do that, that's a little scary at 60. And then to start a new business, now, we've been able to pay almost everything off, and just continuing to grow the business. And, our lives are completely changed in 2.5 years.
Congratulations. That is absolutely a success story. And, as we talk about 2015, I mean, we are just a few days in to this beautiful year. Where do you see us going? How do you see the company evolving even more? I mean, we just came off a huge, another record-breaking, almost doubling our current success again. How do you see 2015 kind of showing up? I mean, where do you see it going?
Oh, gosh, go ahead.
We have so much trust in this company and so much faith. And so even after what we've been through, sometimes we struggle a little bit with, is this real life and where can this really take us? But just knowing what Nerium's done in the last 3 years and what we've been able to do to help a team and pull a team together and see it grow all the way across the country, and then to think it's going to go all the way around the globe. We'll have new additional anti-aging products coming on board that we're really, really excited about. And just when you hear the leadership and Jeff Olson and the leadership at the home office speak and what their vision is, it just it gives you goosebumps. You just get so excited, and it's so nice to be able to trust and believe in a company and know that we're on that same journey with them.
Awesome. That's great. That's great. So let me just ask one. I think I have 2 more questions here for us today. So you work with a lot of people. I know a lot of people come to you for guidance, for coaching, whether it's in the business or maybe it's in their own personal life. It's always been said that there's not just one tip. But what are one of those tips that you would give someone watching this right now, that's saying, can I do this? Do I have the time to do this? What's something that you can share with the audience that would allow them to say, I can absolutely get involved with this and I can absolutely have success?
Right. We continually, almost every day, we just talk to people about this same thing. And it's really just believe in themselves. I mean, Nerium's proven itself in just 3.5 years. I mean, it's crazy, that we're going to be the youngest company ever, probably to hit $1 billion and in a year. So Nerium's there. That's unquestionable right now. It's just believing in yourself. And, we talk with people that during the day, every day, that they challenge with that, being able to dream again, being able to really believe in something that can get them out of the mess that they're in. And, usually when we share our story, we were in that mess, and usually much older than people that we're talking to every day. And they do believe us. They see the sincerity with us. They know our story. We try and really try hard to get them to believe in themselves. And, some of that takes self-development. Some of it's just talking to somebody and just getting them to dream a little bit.
And for me, I think it's the simple system that this company offers. There's an opportunity for anybody to make any amount of money that they'd like. If they want to start out very part-time and learn the industry and learn this business, the company gives us a simple system to follow. And I just think it's so important to follow that simple system. Anybody can do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, again, I everything that you said here, I get fired up. I am so excited that we get to work with such amazing people on a daily basis. And so, just in wrapping up here, I have one final thought or one final question really, and it can be a big one. It can be something that maybe it happens in your previous businesses or in your previous, few years prior to Nerium, or it was in Nerium. But was there ever a defining moment in your business or in your time with Nerium that allowed you to get to that next day, allowed you to get to that next convention or conference allowed you to take the team to the next level? Was there ever one of those defining moments?
You know, we knew from the beginning the importance of attending events and being at every conference and plugging in. And there's so many different ways to plug in. As far as a defining moment, you know, we just jumped in and we ran with it, and it happened very quickly for us. And I think because we had some past experience, that was part of that. And so we want people to understand that it does take a little bit of time, a little bit of learning, but just every step of the way, the company has given us defining moments to believe in, and there's never been one moment that we were disappointed, discouraged, fearful. It's just been an incredible ride the last 2.5 years for us. That $25,000 Live Better bonus that I mentioned earlier has now gone to $50,000, and of course there are other levels of great bonuses that are there. So the sky's the limit. Whatever you can dream, whatever you can believe in this company and this and yourself, and just doing the activity that the company lays out for you, you can have anything you want in the future with Nerium.
Yeah, I think for me, while she was talking, I was thinking about, for me, about 5 months into this, you know, I was working with an insurance company. I had a corporate job and working, she'll start laughing, but she had gone to we live in Missouri, so our grandkids live in Kansas. So Marilyn had gone to Kansas. You know, we finally got enough money where she could travel after 5 months, and you know, that was a switch because we really couldn't even travel to Kansas to visit our kids because of money. And so she finally, after 5 months, takes off, and I'm on the phone with my corporate office while she's in Kansas, mind you, and I quit my job and go full time. So I called Marilyn up and I said, guess what? I said, you're never going to believe what just happened. And she goes, what? And I said, I quit my job. And I figured that she had about 4 hours of cooling off before she could get home. And so that was a moment for me, was to quit that security of that check and go full time with Nerium after only 5 months. So she still laughs about that I waited for her to get 4 hours away before I quit. So.
I was not laughing and I was not smiling at the time, but I did know, I had great confidence that he knew what he was doing in the long run, and has proven that. And it's just been an amazing ride.
It has been. And I'll tell you, I hear, you know, how much you do for your organization and team. And I know all of us, myself included, we have so much to learn, and I just appreciate, you know, everything that you've offered to me. You know, what we've been able to do, and how we've been able to help each other. It's exciting times, you know, as we're just really getting started. This is going to be big. So I have never heard that story, but I definitely look forward to us connecting again really soon when I come to your market.
Right.
We're so excited about that, Paddy. You know, you're like part of our family. You're like a son to us, and yet I always say I want to grow up to be just like you, because you're just amazing and wonderful. We're so blessed to have the support team that we have with Nerium, and so thank you.
All right. Well, you're welcome. I'm just so fortunate every single day with the amount of people that are so much more qualified and so much better to work with. So thank you for your time today. I think we're going to be doing more parts of these as we go along, as our stories will evolve. You know, we might be doing one of these interviews, who knows, in Australia, like you were talking about, down under. So
sounds great.
Thank you down in Maryland for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Paddy.
All right, you all. Take care.
Bye-bye.